You guys ready to have a good time or what? You can do better than that. You guys ready to have a good time or what? Woohoo! Welcome to All Things Comedy Live podcast with Bill Burr and Al Madrigal. Please give a warm welcome to your hosts, Bill Burr and Al Madrigal.
Hey, all right. How are you, everybody? Yeah, okay. Thank you for coming out to the belly room. Belly room. We're sitting real low, aren't we? Can you see us way back in the last row? What's that, 5 rows away? This always gives you a thrill to try to sell this place out, you know? You know what I mean? All you do is sell 18 tickets. You're like, dude, it sold it out. Another sold-out performance for All Things Comedy. I'm glad we're in chairs. You guys don't... usually they'd put a stool up here, and I wouldn't be able to walk straight for fucking 3 weeks.
Hey, what happened to you?
I hurt myself. This is horrible. And I'm 45 years old in July as I try to take a jacket up. I hurt myself typing. Because I had a deadline, and I wanted my wife to prove that I had to get something out at 4:30 p.m. and had to go out, and I promised it, and I had to get in my car and drive somewhere because I crammed way too much shit in. And I'm hunched over like an animal typing, and I get this draft out, and got up, felt it go, and that was maybe 3.5 weeks ago. I haven't been the same since.
Have you stretched at all?
Physical therapy. I go to the gym a lot. And I had to go to physical therapy. He told me exactly what it was. It's from the front, not the back.
Right.
And I've been working on it. It's not right. I'm going to go to the doctor.
Front?
What's that?
That's
where the muscle got all fucked
your
up.
Pectorals? Your mesticles?
I don't know.
Your
I'm trying to build up my back to balance this out, and it's not really working. It's really bad. And then when I get angry... when I used to go on the road...
you lurch forward, dude.
I do.
When you talk to people, you kind of... you look like you're arguing a call. Like, what the fuck? It was by like 20 feet.
I do that all the time. And then I was in San Diego this weekend, and... I go into, when I do stand-up, I go into this hunch mode where I just start yelling at everyone. And then I had this guy in the front. San Diego is such... I know Bobby, we'll talk about this because Bobby Lee is from San Diego. But I hate it so fucking much because it's so date rapey. It really is. If the Gaslamp District in San Diego, if there was like an arena for date rape, that's where it would be. And there's 4 guys to 1 girl.
You should patent that, by the way, before someone steals that. Arena for date rape. You know
arena
what I mean?
for date rape.
UFC has the octagon.
Yeah.
For MMA, you could have the arena.
Date rape has the Gaslamp District. And it's all girls holding their shoes, walking around barefoot,
Quitters.
fucked up.
Quitters. Can't marry a woman. She can't fucking... She's not smart enough to bring flats, or she just can't tough it out to the car. That's a quitter. Okay? She's only going to be there for the good times. It's a major fucking sign. It is. Ladies, if you see a guy wipe his nose like this, that's the same thing. That's a dope. It's got to be a little subtle. Go like that. Maybe he can put a baby in you.
So they do this at a lot of comedy clubs. They sell VIP tickets, and so they'll let them walk in first. Like there could be a huge line of people waiting in the rain, and these VIP assholes. And I understand this is what happened. They got out of a limo. And then they put an arm in front of the rest of the people waiting in line, and these guys came in, and then they sat in the front row.
YOLO douches.
What's that? Yeah. And they were the most white... La Jolla, see, that's the other thing with San Diego. It's super, super, like, privileged. It's Mitt Romney country, La Jolla, and they're just chock full of conservative assholes. And so they, in the front row, it looked like Thurston Howell. He looked like he was the president of the La Jolla Homeowners Association. And I start going into this Trump cilantro bit that I'm doing, and I see them rolling their eyes, and I know something's up. And then it ends with, this is how it ends. I'm hunched over yelling. He got up like a WWE villain, and while the whole crowd booed him, because I think I hunched down and I was looking at him and I go, "You're just upset because you're looking into the horizon and you see your death." I go, "Fucking, you're..."
Jesus Christ, dude. Wow. Wow.
That's not even.
You gotta start dressing like Santa when you do stand-up, just to take the fucking edge off. You know what I mean? Have a little bag of toys with you.
I don't want to interact with anybody. I don't want to interact. But you know what he said to me? He goes, I buy you. I'm the type of guy who fucking pays you. And I just went nuts. You know how?
Oh yeah. So I know. Did you break the bottle?
I wish I. Seriously, I have fantasies.
Carve your initials on his cheek. What did you do? How did you end the set?
The set ended great. Like I let him say. I said, "Sir, please say that into the microphone." And I put the mic right in front of him, and I let him say, "I buy guys like you." And the crowd just went insane. Like everyone booed him. He walked out going, "Yeah."
You know why? Because he knew he was right. And so did the crowd. The crowd knew it. They all knew it. God damn it, if he threw enough fucking money at me, I'd pour shit in the water supply. Fuck you for holding up a mirror. That's what they were doing.
So, and then I look down to the right-hand side, and I look, and there's this guy that was with him, and I go, "Dude, you need new friends. Who is that fucking asshole?" And the guy goes, "That's my dad."
Oh. Dude, that's a movie line. I buy guys like you. And then everybody's like, "Yeah," and then he's like, "Fuck you," and just walks out.
Yeah, walked out, and
I like him. I like this guy. Like him a lot. Want to hang out with him. I want to hear.
Button-down Tommy Bahama shirt, yellow pants.
We should have invited him on this thing. We should have been like, at what point do you know the person's bot? Like, what is their fucking tell? You know, when you just walk up to somebody, can you size them up? This looks about $75. I wouldn't even have to go into triple digits with this piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's got a brand new blue blazer every day. Some crying child to put the fucking pocket square in there for him.
So that did not help the posture at all because I really leaned into that one. And then other than that, things are good. I haven't really... Prior to that, I have...
That's what it really is. It's not from typing. It's just from decades of you snapping on people and just getting into their face. You know what I mean?
I've been pretty good. I really have. I'm really trying to zen out. I've been doing a lot of gardening.
You have, like, prison glasses. Like, whenever you watch those prison shows, like, those are the kind of glasses they get, you know?
Filthy?
Like the evil fucking genius. I saw a guy one time...
Birdman, I'm raising little birds in the window.
So this guy beat his cellmate to death. No, he beat the fuck out of him, and the guy lost an eye. And he goes, and he was telling the story almost like somebody else did it. And they were going, yeah, they were looking for the eye, and the reporter goes, "Well, what happened to the eye?" And he goes, "We don't know." Like he wasn't part of it. "We don't know. We were looking for it." No. There weren't any clues. He just like blacked out. And he was so proud of himself. He said, "If I was going to be in prison, I decided that I had to become a warrior." And he was just sitting there with his ear-to-ear grin, like he was talking about a childhood dream.
Well, that's what I think a lot of football players who is Lawrence Phillips, who just got murdered in his cell. Do you know him? He was the ex-St. Louis Rams running back. He was a 49er for a little bit. He got arrested, and he was murdered in his jail cell. I think those guys in Anthony Gonzalez, those guys go in, and they have to establish. Everybody wants to get.
What did he go to jail for?
I think he hit kids in his car. It was like he murdered a kid.
Wait, the kids were in the car, or
no,
he hit them with the car?
He hit them with the car.
Oh, all right, there you go.
That'll put you in there.
Started off as good parenting, and then it just kind of went off the rails there.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And
we'll just throw that out there.
He murdered. He murdered his cellmate, and then he got murdered. That's what happened to him. But you have to. I
don't get how you do that. It's like you want to get parole, but you don't want to get raped. So there's like that fine fucking line where you got to stick up for yourself, but you're not trying to add more time, right?
Yeah,
but you don't want to come off as a bitch, but you want to be like a model citizen in there. It's very tricky. It's very tricky.
Yeah, good behavior and not getting raped. It's really
time
tough.
off for good behavior is just like, you got fucked in there, didn't you? I just made a choice. I was just like, all right.
Now, we haven't done one of these in a while. You've been all over the place. So you're, of course, listening to the All Things Comedy Live podcast. If you don't know what All Things Comedy is, we decided actually in this parking lot to start a network and have all of our friends do podcasts. We started with 10 podcasts, Ari Shaffir, Eddie Pepitone. I think it was Your Mom's House to start. And then we grew that, and now I think it's 55 podcasts. A couple of our great friends are here. There's some amazing shows. It's building. It's turned into this actual business that started, again, with two guys yelling in the parking lot here. And so now we're doing this. But what have you been up to? How are things?
It's been good, you know. My anger has just been complete. I had it under control, and I've just been snapping. My wife, I came home, right, worked all day. I was fucking exhausted, so I called. My wife orders fucking. I wanted the spaghetti and meatballs. I'm still so upset. I can't even get it out, right? They make the homemade pasta. That's all I'm thinking about is I'm in a writer's room. So I'm just, you fucking zone out. I'm like, I'm going to get spaghetti and meatballs. So I come home. She calls up. She orders some fish fucking thing. So I drive up. I show up. I'm going to get this thing, pick it up, and I'll come. I said, can you Postmate it in the restaurant? Well, we don't fucking do that. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to get in the car, and I drive over to get it. And I show up. And I go, yeah, hey, order for Bill. And they're like, oh, yeah, we don't have the fish. So, we didn't put it in. Did you still want the spaghetti? And I just fucking was like, I just turned around. I just walked out. And I just was going, stupid fucking cocksucking fucking can't have a fucking spaghetti and a fucking. I literally had Tourette's. I heard people laughing who were eating on the sidewalk. And then the best part, I look like a complete maniac with my Aryan haircut. Fucking cocksucking fucking. And then I get my Prius and I drive away. I do it all the time. Huh? I did it tonight. I went to back out. You know what fucking drives me nuts in this city? Pedestrians. There's zero pedestrians until you want to make a left. And then it's like the Truman Show, and there's that douche walking on his phone, right? So I'm literally backing out of my driveway, and there's this woman walking with her boyfriend or something, and I waved him on as I was in my car with the windows up going, yeah, there you go, you fucking bitch. Go ahead, yeah, take a good time. Yeah, I'm sure you're underpaid, right, you fucking whore, right? And then I just stopped, and I was like, Bill, she's a pedestrian. She had the right of way. There was a man there. You never addressed it. The fuckers, I gradually talked myself down. But when the windows are up, dude, the shit that comes out of my mouth.
Horrible.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, I wish death upon people.
If I had one of those iCars, where they have the cameras, and doesn't fucking Steve Jobs have a car that he didn't invent after he died that he's taking credit for beyond the grave, Doesn't he? Don't they have one of those? And they own the rights to your registration and everything. If God help us whenever that happens.
Oh, where they can see you and hear you?
I have shit up. Yeah, your TV. They can just turn, when you're in your hotel room, they can just fucking, if there's a speakerphone, they can just listen to you if they want. So if you're up there rubbing one out, they're like, listen down there.
Oh, yeah, everybody, if you're not covering your camera on your computer, you're a crazy
you're
person.
Out of your
laptop
mind.
And your camera needs to be covered at all times.
You can never run for president. It's over. I don't care what sort of vision you have, what sort of charisma.
That's the easiest thing for people to hack. You got to do that. You definitely got to cover your camera. Also, my car...
If they caught Hitler jerking off, all of that shit, it never would have happened.
Yeah.
He would have sitting there with that thing flapping and that weird mustache.
Speaking of
what do you think he jerked off to? Probably epic fails. Just love seeing people in pain.
I was working these last couple of days in Chatsworth. I worked at Chatsworth today, and Chatsworth is known in Chatsworth, California. Everybody knows is known for porno. That's where all the porno was made.
I didn't know that.
And that's where because they had to go outside, and I got all this explanation. They had to go outside Los Angeles, and then they passed a condom law, and so then I guess we lost all that business. But in Chatsworth, that's where all the porno was. So I had this driver who said he was local, and I was asking, I go, so all the porno was out here, huh? And he goes, yeah, the porno was out here. And he goes, actually, I was watching some porn. They're not supposed to say stuff like this. And
this next part is not professional.
He goes, I was watching some porno. And I was watching. It was one of those pornos where a little girl is on the swing, Yeah, that's where it got. And I go, no, I don't know those types of pornos. And he goes, you know, when like a pervert is looking at the girl, and then they panned around, and there was my house. And, yeah, that fucking happened. And we were like, the other thing is, like, we just started. I was 45 minutes away from home. So I had to sit in the car with that guy for 45 minutes. But that's not a that's not professional.
That's what we got
at all.
That window in the middle.
Window. So let's start with the show. Let's bring out a guest. Now, this when I came over here, this other microphone wasn't working. Are we good on it now? Do you think, Karen? It's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, first coming to the show, is you ready to go? Coming on is a good friend of mine. I've known you for a long fucking time, huh? Yeah, probably. And
feels like 20.
I have the best picture, by the way, of you and Bill reluctantly hugging you maybe 7 years ago. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. He's got a new podcast on ATC called Tiger Belly, right? Yes. Big round of applause for Bobby Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear it. Bobby!
Hello. Oh, there I am.
There it is. There it is.
There I am.
How's it going?
Look at that.
I'm good, Billy.
Nice to see
guys,
you, Bobby.
Thanks for having me on the show and your All Things Comedy thing. I like it. Thank you.
No worries.
I'm excited about it.
Your girlfriend was in the hospital?
She had her titties out.
How big were these boobs?
Very big. They're like this, and then we took them out.
What did she go down? She get fixed up though, right? You don't.
They're out.
I know that you take the boobs out. So she had big boobs. Now she has.
She had fake titties.
She had fake titties, but now she has little kiwi fruit ones that I like. I don't like them big. I like them like little tiny fruits.
That's always so weird to me that you would go like from little to like that big.
Yeah.
That would be like if I ever got a toupee. I'd have it fucking go back a little bit. I wouldn't come in with this fucking pompadour, Bee Gees level shit, and then make you act like nothing happened. I would never do that to you. That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, when I met her, she had small ones, and she already had the appointment to do it. And I told her not to do it, but she got them done. And then she had all these like health issues after she got them done, so we got them out. In?
What? Would you give in her shit? Going, what'd I say?
Yeah.
I fucking said it.
No, but I wanted to. Because that'll start a fight and stuff, you know what I mean? So I just let it go, you know?
But they were like leaking or anything?
No, there was like black ooze inside. Yeah, it's like curdled blood and stuff inside.
It's incredible, right? Can you imagine that? If you took it like a fucking sandwich bag of chemicals and stuck it in your body? Like, who would have thought that, that would be a problem? It's unbelievable.
And then how's the show going? Now you guys are friends with. Speaking of boobs, but you guys like have a lot of porn. Who's that? Asia.
We have Asa Akira sometimes on the show, and I met Asa Akira when she wasn't a porn star. She was 17.
What?
Yeah, I was in New York about 15 years ago.
Did you see your house?
You mean the TV show House?
No. I just thought we were going down this limo driver road again. She was only 17. I was like, oh, there's my house.
How'd you meet her when she was 17?
Well, I was working at the Laugh Factory in New York, and I sold no tickets. So Jamie Masada goes, buddy, you have to, hand out flyers.
Oh my God.
And he hired this little Japanese girl. She was in high school. And we exchanged emails. We had a great day. I didn't fuck her or anything. You know what I mean? I'm a Christian and stuff. And over the years on Facebook, she'd be like, I'm a dominatrix now. And then 3 years later, I'm the #1 dominatrix. And then like 5 years after that, I went to the porn store on Western because I like to jerk off and stuff. And I got this Asian porn, which I normally don't do. You know what I mean? I like
Every once in a while, you keep it real. That's cool.
Back to your roots.
And
you got to come home sometime, Bobby. Every once in a while. Take a lap around the old neighborhood before you go back to your big Hollywood digs.
I generally don't like Asian chicks because, like, in the darkness, when your eyes get adjusted to their face, they look like cousins and uncles and stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, that's Jet Li in the movie One or whatever. You know what I mean? So I try not to do that. And then one time I dated this Power Ranger.
They're beautiful
She was a Power Ranger, the yellow one. And I don't know why they made the Asian the yellow one, but she didn't need a suit, actually. And one night at like 3 a.m, I woke up and she was hovering over my body. Her hair was across her face, and she was just staring at me. And I broke up with her the next day. Because that's like the Grudge and shit. That's the Ring shit. I don't like it.
The Ring.
Yeah.
No, you can't have it. That's
you can't have that.
That transcends race.
Now I was talking about
woman.
Yeah.
I was talking about San Diego.
Victoria's Secret model standing over you like that. You got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
She's probably thinking, what if I just killed him?
I know.
Yeah, what was she doing?
Like
What
in
did
that
she
Ben
want?
Affleck
No, I think
movie
she
when
just
Doogie
liked
Howser
me,
died.
and she was also one of those. I'm going to name her name, but she also dates just like Korean dudes that have kind of a celebrity. So later you found out that she dated, you know what I mean? I don't want to name names.
Other Korean celebrities.
Fuck, I'm going to name names.
The Gangnam Style guy?
No, like David Cho, the artist she dated. She dated the Asian dude from Limp Bizkit.
There was an Asian guy in Limp Bizkit?
Right? Wasn't there? Joe, right? Yeah. Thank God, yeah.
What about the Gangnam Style guy? Did she get that high up the ladder, man? That guy's like selling out half the globe.
He lives in Korea. Yeah, so she didn't get to him, but she got the second best thing, me. And then I just broke up with her. I missed her, but, I have a new girlfriend. That's fine. Let's move on.
And I was talking about San Diego. You're from San Diego.
Yeah.
There's always been that many guys. It seems like such a fucking horrible place. I hate it so much.
Oh, I hate San Diego.
You hate San Diego because you can't go in the water. All the water's polluted. They're super conservative, but they're on the border, and so they hate Mexicans, but they're right there on the front line.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Well, I never got laid in San Diego.
That's because there's so many fucking guys. It's called Man Diego.
Yeah. Because it's a military
there's so many,
city, and also it's just kind of just weirdly conservative. And I was always this fat minority, and I just couldn't get laid. But as soon as I went to L.A., I got some, so everything's good. Yeah.
No, this is a conservative state.
Excuse me?
This is a conservative state.
California?
Where L.A. is oddly liberal.
Right.
Every place else where you go here is instantly.
That's very
You go out
true.
to fucking Burbank, dude. They're like psycho, like Arizona conservative.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that. I just was looking at this map of hate groups for some reason, and there's 57 hate groups in California.
Orange County's brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Orange County, you get Hitler's Day off in Orange County. A lot of people don't know that.
I just went to a high school reunion that was for Southern California. I went to high school in San Francisco, but they had a little, like, everybody in Southern California got together, and we did that last Friday. And I'm sitting next to this guy from my class, and everyone's going around telling what they do. And then he says, he stands up, I have 2 kids, I'm a delegator at this firm, and then he goes, I'm the senior fundraising guy in Orange County for Ted Cruz. And then to stand up, like before his ass could hit the seat, I stood up and go, but don't hold that against him, he's a good guy. And got a big laugh. And now, can I please move? Can someone please switch seats? But there are, like, that's what L.A. is. Orange County is super, and La Jolla is like one of the whitest places of all time.
That's where I started.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, you're white,
But
so...
no, you're one of the good guys.
you're white, so,
Trying to bring it back, Trying to bring white guys back. We're taking a beating in the fucking press. It's just unbelievable. None of us. We're all evil. Every one of us. None of us are cool.
No, there's a small group of cool white guys.
Yeah, it's all white guys. In the whole fucking area. It's nothing but white guys. You can't say that about any other group. It's a bunch of Jews. It's unbelievable. Wall-to-wall Jews. I'm like, what the fuck?
What else is going on? Are you you're on the road?
I'm on the road a lot, and then I'm doing a little reoccurring thing on Love, which is on Netflix and stuff, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really worked much since Mad TV. But
what's
not
the
true.
matter,
things are
Bobby?
fine. They're fine, and but I've been doing the road, and it's been really good.
Now, what's it like doing a podcast also with your girlfriend? Because I try to keep everything completely separate. I have no.
Well, I mean, it's like
It's a smart move.
Yeah. I mean, it's stressful, but the thing is that she's good at what she does. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't have done it if she couldn't do it. but she knows how to do it, and it's fun. You know, it's fine. We fight a lot, but we talk about my sexual problems.
There's a lot
pretty
going
much.
on right now.
What?
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, like I have porn, erectile dysfunction.
Yeah,
People don't know that, but I do have that.
She's
You
good
do?
at what she
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, I can't watch porn anymore because I can't get hard for anybody because I watch so much porn. What's so funny about that?
That's on the cover. That's on the cover of Time magazine.
What?
Cover of Time magazine. Kids who never got laid ever in their life have watched so much fucking porn.
Yeah.
Their body does not respond when it's another fucking human being. Desensitized. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and
Thank
then
you very
so you
much.
have to.
Look at you. God damn it. That's great. I was talking for like 3 paragraphs. He just goes desensitized. Fucking environmentalist with words.
So anyway, I quit watching porn.
Wow, that's a huge step for you
Yeah.
because you had a tremendous library.
I
How
had
many
to-
days?
yeah.
How many
What?
days you gone?
Well, only 2 days right now, but because she just had surgery, and so like she's laying in bed, and then I go to Reality Kings, and then I'll watch, and then I'll do it. You know what I mean? I pay for my porn because I like it high def. Like I can't watch it blurry. I need to see freckles and fallopian tubes and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
That's the other thing. Now we got to go down the rabbit hole. All right, so the last thing you jerked off to.
What?
The last
Well,
thing.
Reality
when
King-
you finally were just like, you know what, I gotta stop.
There was a girl on a swing.
No. No. I don't do that. I don't do
Saw
that.
my house in the
I don't do
background.
I have a particular thing that I need therapy over it, but I need there to be an interview beforehand, right? So it's got
You
to
want
be.
to get to know him. You're a
Yeah,
romantic.
I'm romantic. And they have to be new to the business, so they have to go, this is my first time or whatever, right? And then when she's having sex, I have to see in her eyes that she made a bad decision. Right? So in her eyes, I have to see, mommy, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I have problems. I told you that already.
I'm not
beforehand.
judging you. I stopped 9 days ago.
Did you really?
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done. Yeah, it's just wrong.
Yeah. It's sad.
And I can't remember what the last one was. I just remember where I was. I was in Ottawa, Canada, in their state capital, defiling myself, and I just was finally like, I can't do this anymore.
Well, since your girlfriend is African American,
My wife.
Your wife? I mean, my bad.
Yes.
My bad.
Jesus
do you
Christ.
masturbate to African American porn?
I'm really user friendly, dude. I kind of go. I found your comments about Asian women way off track. Yeah, I kind of like them all.
Cool.
Why wouldn't you?
I know, right? Yeah. You don't do it, right?
No, never.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you guys
That's
are
the
talking
worst thing about having kids. You become such a fucking liar.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be, I don't do anything. I don't.
No.
Any impure thoughts.
Well, that's the difficulty I have with everything because you're so right. When
That's why you're all hunched over, dude. All the lies just on your shoulders. I have no needs.
Well, even with my kids and homework right now, my daughter, I was the worst possible student that you could imagine. And so now I have kids, and I don't want them to make the same mistakes, but in terms of math, like, how is it possible for me to say you need to do this, do your math homework, like this is important, because it's not important.
Is that
we live in a really fucking nice house. My math, I can't do it at all.
Would it be bad as a parent to look at your kid and just be like, hey, you know what? I sucked at this too.
I've said it. I've said that. I said I'm horrible at
and
math.
And look at me. I'm doing fine.
And things are great. And
you just
really
need to add, subtract. You all need to multiply a little bit. Dividing rarely comes up.
Dividing doesn't come up.
Comes up in your 20s when 4 of you are going to rent the same fucking place,
Sure.
right? Then other than that, it's just like, unless you're like building a bridge, you don't need all that shit with the triangles and stuff. It's just
Not at all.
Just force feeding that down like musicians' throats and other, I don't know, whatever other job there is out
Well,
there.
in L.A., there's a lot of high schools.
Man, give me the fucking word to help me. Other
I'm not
vocations.
sure. Were you a good student? You went to
No, horrible. I should have gone to summer school all 4 years. of high school. I went my freshman year. Sophomore year, she hooked me up with a D-. We didn't have Fs, we had Es. She hooked me up with that. Then 11th grade, I had to go to summer school. Then 12th grade, I should have gone to summer school, but at that point, it was like, what is the point? Mm-hmm. It's over. I'm not in any good schools.
But you went to a good college, right? You went to Emerson, didn't you go to...
I worked my way back into Emerson. Like, I had to go to, I went to a bunch of colleges, and then I finished up there. And, the math requirement at Emerson was, adding fractions. And even then, people were, complaining, what the fuck, you know? I need to paint something, you know?
Yeah, it's just horrible. Let's bring out. We're gonna sit up here and talk the entire time. Let's bring up our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a new podcast with ATC called Pound Cake. One of my very good friends. Big round of applause for Rory Scovel, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear it. Now, I hope this one works. Let's switch. And this is not. This is on now.
Yeah,
it's great.
There you
this
go.
one works.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
How's it going?
I don't have any perverted porn stories. I have a daughter now, and I golf a lot. So this should be a pretty adventurous conversation.
No, that's good. You're someone to aspire to.
Yeah, guys, try to get to...
Two degenerates and then a couple of married guys up here.
Yeah.
Married guys with the glasses, somehow not watching a lot of porn. I don't know. That computer screen.
Well, no, when you
I don't
have
think you
something-
can...
Rise.
What's the longest you've ever gone not watching porn? If you're at 9 days now, is that currently the record?
Well, I never kept stats, so I would say, a couple of weeks.
Mine was
I go
3
on the
weeks.
road. What am I supposed to? I'm fucking bored. You just do it out of boredom.
I don't think there's any way out. I think once you're in for life. I think once you buy a laptop, you're like, hi, I would like a laptop so I can jerk off the rest of my life with this device. And they're like, we know, you don't have to say the whole speech.
This is like an anti-intervention. Hey, listen, why don't you do heroin? Yeah, I mean, you're going to have the craving forever. Just scratch the itch. Just fucking...
There's so much porn, you can't see it all. You're getting out too soon.
Yeah, once you have kids and they're in the other room, you can't do that in the house. I feel weird about that. You have kids in the house, and so that just is out the window. So
have you tried that?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I know you came up with the word, all right, but shut the fuck up. All right, I can't take
Don't
it.
hunch over and start yelling at people.
All right. So the
But
guy,
Al, is it
nothing to do
worth
with
it
you,
having
it's his
children?
childhood.
Is it worth it?
oh, yeah.
But what is it? What's the magic?
Well, so I really do. When I came home for the 30 minutes that I was home, my kids were really upset. They were trying to crack open a coconut. It was fucking hilarious. I gotta.
You know the thing we all picture Al's family to be doing. He was trying to crack open a coconut. I don't feed him anymore. Anyways.
No, my wife. They really. It's a. So I got a drill, and I drilled a couple holes in. We threw some straws in it. It's adorable.
Those are probably
Seriously.
foster children that he doesn't feed, and he's just collecting the check. And
Charlie Hill, who's an old comic. Remember Charlie?
I love Charlie.
Charlie Hill's an old comedian from here that we knew when we were first started, and he grabbed me early on, right when my daughter was born, and said 7, 8, 9-year-old daughter is going to be your best friend. And it really is true. So now my daughter's 10 years old, and it's fantastic. She plays piano, and
the end.
It sounds fun.
Anyway,
It sounds
she
fun.
plays piano.
I really love my kids. Are hilarious.
No, I love your kids too.
Yeah.
They're great kids. I met them.
Yes,
I like them. Yeah.
Bobby came over for dinner and didn't know how
One
to
time.
do it. He got up. He kept. He kept getting up and going to the other end of the table and trying to get the stuff on the other end of the table. I'm like, no, we're gonna pass it to you, man.
I don't know how it works. I'd never get invited to weddings or people's houses. So that was once in a lifetime thing. So I didn't know how the thing worked. So I got up and I grabbed potatoes on the other side of the...
He fucking freaks out. If he's not in a comedy club, he fucking freaks
Yeah, I
out.
freak
We
out. I
had
do
him
freak out,
over years ago when we had the apartment. You came over, you brought those nice bowls, those cereal bowls. We still have them. And no matter what we did, he could not get comfortable.
Yeah.
He gave us all these gifts, and he was kind of just being all shifty in this little one-bedroom apartment. It's like, will you fucking sit down? Freaking out my dog. My dog's like, what's with this dude's energy? I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
And then for some reason, I got you Old Boy, the Korean movie. I'm like, here's a gift. The most fucked up movie ever made. Here we go.
What one of the great fight scenes of all, that tracking scene
Oh
down
my
the
God.
hall?
If you haven't seen Old Boy, the Korean version, that hallway scene is the best scene ever.
Didn't Spike Lee remake that?
Yeah.
Did
you see it?
Did he make it?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, Josh Brolin played the guy.
I love Josh Brolin.
I do too. He's very likable. Yeah. But I refused to watch that. And I also refused to watch Black Annie. Fuck that shit.
You have to stand for something.
Not because she's black. Not because she's black. Not because she's black. But Annie is a redheaded white. I know. You know what I'm saying. You shouldn't remake classics.
Not because she's black, because they already got it perfect.
Yeah.
Why make two perfects?
Yeah.
Note to self: stop writing Mexican Annie. And then what else is going on with you? So Rory has a brand new baby. What,
Hey, did you hate The Wiz?
Yeah. Or the new Karate Kid. That happens to be a black one too. Didn't like it.
You don't like black remakes?
No, I just don't.
You know they made a black Steel Magnolias? That's when it was too far for me. That's when I said, no, not today.
No, but it's kind of fair. It's the payback for Elvis. He stole all that fucking music, then they come back and they take all our movies, and everybody's even.
It's a circle. It's a perfect
Right?
circle.
Yes. It would be so great, though, if they were just that honest in the title. Like, this Christmas, Black Annie. This Thanksgiving, Black Steel Magnolia. Just black before the title.
Like everything.
I thought that'd get a bigger laugh. Anyways. Not much is going on with me. It's all baby. For anyone here who's thinking about having kids, it's great, but it is the end. So I liken it to what I assume heroin is. You're probably like, this is the greatest. Well, it's over. It's probably over once you've gone down that path and you love it.
But didn't you know that before you had a kid?
I had an idea. that that's probably what I was walking into. I was like, God, once we have this kid. But then I was also like, well, maybe I can kind of convince my wife, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I shouldn't be here.
Well, you're going on
every night that I leave. I go, what am I gonna add? I don't know. Let me get out of here.
Where are you going? Tomorrow you're going to Tribeca, right?
Yeah.
She's going Tribeca Film Festival. He's in a movie that's going to be premiering at the Tribeca Film Festival. And comedy and acting is the perfect balance for having a family because we get to fucking leave. And if I had a 9-to-5 job, if I really did, it's great for a relationship because anybody who went, if you go and do your normal thing and you go 9 to 6 every single day and you have your routine, it's fucking horrible. And I would kill myself. But we get to leave, and it's amazing, and it really do. Absence makes a heart grow fonder, and you end up missing everybody. They miss you, and it's fantastic.
I'll just go
hit the reset. You hit the reset.
I'll just go sit in the parking lot for a few hours. Just get out of the house. I gotta work on my craft. I have to go right, and I'll just sit in the parking lot. Check Twitter. Nowadays, that's a part of writing. I gotta go write. Tweet for a couple hours. Stay relevant.
Let's bring out our next comic. I'm not sure how we're going to do this. He has next to Bill on the network. I think he has our most popular podcast. It's called The Dollop.
Yes.
It's what's that?
Are we out of chairs?
No. How about this? I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll and then.
Yeah, we'll swap it out. You'll come back. All right, that's great.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, from The Dollop, he also has Point Vs Point. He has 2 podcasts on the network. Gareth Reynolds, ladies and gentlemen, let him hear it. And then come back, Bobby.
Bobby!
Now, I didn't realize that. I was looking at the numbers. You guys are, Dollop is fucking hugely popular. It's amazing. Why don't you explain to everybody what it is and explain to the group?
The Dollop is an American history podcast where every week I get a story that's insane from American history that I don't know about explained to me, and I just react to it with Dave Anthony. And the stuff is insane. So Rory, you both did one, and Rory hadn't listened to it before he did it, and he was like, "What the fuck is this?" He thought it was like like Dave was writing these fantasy stories, but it's actual stuff, and it's insane.
Now, mine was about, the one I was on was about a religion. It was called the Lorenzi. What is it?
I don't remember. It's like a Wisconsin Christianity sect.
And they're down to the last two people that were ever in it. But it was hugely popular at one time. It's ridiculous. So
when was the heyday of it?
It was like recently, like the 80s, like 70s and 80s.
So did people abandon it, or they all died?
I think a combo. Yeah,
they all died out.
But there's two left. So it's like, it's like dodgeball. When there's two left, but like maybe someone catches it. Who knows what's going to happen?
And what else, like, in terms of, like, if you wanted to point anybody to any particular episode?
There's a great one about the Rube Waddell, who was a pitcher who in his off-season would do stuff like wrestle alligators, and people would hold up puppies to distract him during a game, and it would work. He would be like, "Oh, my God," and he'd, like, leave the mound. He'd fight fans, like he'd go into the crowd, like he'd walk through the crowd and just start fighting people drunk on the way there. Like important memorabilia balls, he would just be like, "Take it!"
What team and where? Do you remember? Yeah.
I don't remember what team he played for.
Do you know when?
He was around Cy Young. He was actually a better pitcher than Cy Young, technically, but nobody knows about him because he was just out of his fucking tits. He was just insane. And then there's other good ones about like how lobotomies started, which is like a fun ride. Speaking of rides, the guy who started it actually did have a lobotomobile where he would drive from city to city giving lobotomies on stage in front of fans.
No way.
I swear to God.
To who?
To people. It was like the Beatles. People were like, "Oh my God, the lobotomy guy's here!" And then he'd bring him up and he'd like pound like an ice pick into people like 4 at a time, and people would be like, "Woohoo!" It was like Ritalin. I swear to God, it was like Ritalin. They'd be like, "My daughter's not focused." He'd be like, "Well, let me just hit that frontal lobe," and she'll either be for like 25% of people would just be like, "What happened?"
Everybody remember this story the next time you hear the national anthem.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, and then what happened? The other ones would just...
Yeah, like 25% nothing would happen. They'd be like, I feel great. And then the other 75% would be like, huh? And they'd be like, oh, look how calm he is. This is way better. Oh, this is great.
And then he just left town and they realized that he broke him.
I think eventually enough cities were like, this is terrible. And then he was out of business.
Didn't the Kennedys do that?
Yeah, they did. They did. Like, they lobotomized like a 12-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, one of their kid. They had a kid... And I guess it was going to be a Republican. I can't remember how it was going. Somehow went against Joe.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, well, you know what? You need to get your mind right.
Yeah.
And they tried it. It was a bad... No, she had the electric shock thing, or did she get a lobotomy?
I think she got a lobotomy, too. I think she got both. Luckily, she got both. All two of them.
That's it.
Thank you.
And then she just was, like, not in any more family photos.
No. But she voted liberal. She did vote with the party lines. From then on. Yeah. Thankfully. Jesus. It was easy to make her vote, though. You'd just be like, blue. She'd be like, blue.
Yeah, Joe Kennedy.
Blue.
And then you have another one going called Point Versus Point.
Right, which is a weekly debate show that doesn't actually get to the topic. It's more about the host bickering.
Oh, that's hilarious. I wanted to do that. I had an idea for a show called... you know how Chris Hardwick does all those talking shows, like afterwards? Like, so it's Talking Dead... And then I think he does one. It was he had one for like Breaking Bad or Talking Saul.
Yeah.
And then
that's what it was.
I want to do. I want to do Talking Castle. That show Castle, but we'll never get. No one knows what fucking Castle's about.
I don't know what.
So what do you guys think it was tonight?
Yeah.
What do you guys think it was about tonight?
So I just have to explain Castle to the person, and then we have to talk about whatever.
Why
they
isn't
want
that
to
on
talk
the air
about.
yet? That seems like
it seems like a good fucking.
Capital
show.
Do you watch Castle?
No, I don't. I've never seen it.
That's the best part. You haven't even seen the episode.
But it's just one of those TV shows that's been on the air for. It's been on the air for 9 years.
Is it scripted?
Yeah, it's a procedural show.
Sometimes it feels like it's ad-libs.
I know what it's about. It's about he's a writer, and then they brought him in to help solve crimes, and that's the show.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, but with a guy. They did Murder, She Wrote.
Black Murder, She Wrote? Castles.
And then you were on you got to do a TV show. You were on a pilot.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta for a couple weeks shooting a pilot for ABC.
Did you go to? Did you masturbate in the hotel room?
No, actually. Funny you should ask, Al.
Downstairs where the free Wi-Fi was.
Yeah, I'd have to go to the lobby.
Business center.
You go to the lobby you load it in the lobby. Just sit there and load it in the lobby.
Climax with that 40-foot ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I don't watch porno.
You don't watch a lot of porn?
No one got waffles the next day.
Wait, while the guy's making waffles, you're just jerking off?
No, I'm saying no one got the waffles the next day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the second they saw the batter, they were like, oh, that reminds me of jizz. I'd have to explain the whole thing.
Do you ever bring Nia on the road? Do you ever bring her out on the road to like any
I would
gigs?
like to, but she only goes to the fun cities. That's when she supports me. She's like, oh, you're going to New York. I'm going to be there for you. But when I need her... When I'm going to Dayton, I got Des Moines, Iowa coming up. I think you're looking pretty healthy. You seem pretty strong to me. I don't know.
How about Jordan? Does Jordan ever go on the...
No, she doesn't. I think I'd enjoy it, but... I mean, I don't do anything. I'm not like a person who's like, I leave my wife at home and I fuck whenever I can. I'm not.
Well, I
jerk off in the
Why do you always
room.
call yourself Road Rory when you're gone? You're always like, Road Rory's back.
Oh, I think it's a cool nickname.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I thought it always got people excited for me to be around.
Oh, I misunderstood.
It's strictly alliteration.
Okay, I thought it was...
Road Rory here. What does that mean? I don't know. I drove to be here.
Look out.
Watch out.
I drove.
Yeah, I don't do anything. I don't even like. As soon as the show's over, I just go to bed. I don't even
Road Rory's
hang out, have some drinks. Like, no thanks.
That is literally the smartest thing you could do.
It feels great.
Yes, it does.
See, I said...
If the show was at 6, I would go to bed at like 8. If that was if it was possible to get in bed sooner, I would.
I still go out. I still party, man. I go to like all the wait staff says we're gonna go somewhere. I fucking said, all right, I'll see you there. And you know what? I show up.
But what you don't know is that Al goes back to the hotel and changes, puts on a leather suit, comes in, he's got theme music going,
puts on his delirious suit.
Yeah. When I was in New York over the summer, I was trying to practice for something, and I brought my wife and kids to. I think it was like Rochester, New York. I was going to take everybody to Niagara Falls.
That's the real deal.
And then we took them to. It was like this was the bad gig. It was a place called The Comedy Club, but it was attached to a country western bar called Daisy Dukes, and then. I went in, check bounced, but the nicest hotel was a Holiday Inn and Suites. And then my 6-year-old daughter at the time, we get into the hotel room. She opens up the curtain, the blinds, and she says, why am I looking at the parking lot?
Whoa.
And I go, because we're on the road, baby. I got everybody. I brought them to the worst possible gig. And I said, we're going to go battle businessmen for pancakes and waffles tomorrow morning. Everybody look alive. We were on like a bottom floor next to an ice machine. And I said, and then I looked at everyone and I go, this is what it's like. This is what I do. When you guys are home, staying home, in the comforts of our home, I'm out killing myself. Fucking with savages.
Looking at parking
You hunched over again. I did. That's why. All those years yelling at your kids. Jesus, Al. And I bet they were looking at you like, what the fuck, dude? We came out here just to support you. Why are you yelling at us?
Yeah. It's a good lesson. I can't have them think that all this is easy.
They forget.
Do they?
They forget because the amount of times I brought my wife out and then when she comes back and is totally fucking exhausted, she's just like, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this. I couldn't do this. I was like, yeah, it's fucking brutal. The shows are fun, but all of the travel and all that shit is brutal. The food and all that crap. And then maybe the next gig she remembers. And then the next year, you come back, and the second you get in the house, be like, "Hey, we got all this stuff to fucking do." It's just, it's like, no, I just want to stare at the fucking wall for the next 3 days and not do anything. But I miss you.
It's rough. What else?
Does she know you're on day 9?
Huh?
Have you told her?
Yeah, I came home with the Time magazine that was saying how fucking porno's bad. I was like, look at this shit. I had an idea that this was a bad thing, so it's Time magazine. It's not like it's fucking People, right? They sort of research it.
I wonder if now every time you come home, she'll be like, "Did you jerk off?" Like it's her first question.
No, I tell her. Open
Is it still going, or did you jerk off?
I would tell her. She doesn't give a shit.
Did you tell her to look alive? It's game on. She better be ready to go. Also,
I actually kind of said something like that. I was like, yeah, so I'm kind of done with porn, so you need to be on your game.
Yeah, get ready.
Yeah, that's basically it. So I'm wondering if she's so fucking over me. She's probably going to tell me, maybe a little bit of porn isn't bad. Just getting a little needy, if you know what I mean. How about we just go for a walk?
And what's your? I don't know your relationship status. What's your? You're not married.
I'm not. I'm single. But I have a kid. Thank you, one lady.
Keep it up. Keep it up, sir.
That is.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're never going to fully appreciate. It's like being young. You can't appreciate it till you're an old fuck. Being single's the same thing.
Yeah.
Until you're fucking locked into something, even though you love them and everything, you'd be like, "What the fuck was I thinking when I was single?"
Yeah.
Should have been call girls and cocaine. You just start thinking crazy shit.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just I feel like when I watch my parents, they were like, my parents got married at 19. And then I just watched deterioration for 20. I just watched them slowly, little jabs turned into arguments, turned into they would go a mile away from my house, and I could watch them just mime shout at each other. And I was like, no, I don't want that. That I know. So I just someone comes along, great, but I have a cat, like I said, so things are good.
And then also you're on television. This is exciting. When I married my wife, it was way pre me doing stand-up comedy, and now look, there's a lot. Do you worry though that somebody's not going to marry you for you, or you're?
I'm okay with that.
You're fine with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I really am. If she can pretend forever, I'm okay with that. If she can wait me out, then God bless her. Way to go.
Nice
as long as she's really committed, then I'm into it. This place got really loud.
I'll pretend.
What's that?
It's the same lady from before who's here with a gentleman who right now is like, quit trying to fuck that guy.
Is Bobby going to come back? Oh, perfect.
The thing is this though, that if I wasn't in show business, I would never get laid. That's why we kind of do it in the first place,
That is true.
right? Because
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Give him a
Comics
little bit-
still got to
give him-
work for it at the end of the fucking show. We're not musicians where you sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Stars and 12 whores come up to you.
Get up here.
It's kind of fun to pretend he's a guy who just came out of the audience to do this.
No, but one time I was in Chicago. I was doing the Schaumburg Improv, and I got backstage, and there was a fat white lady completely naked with her legs spread open.
No
that
way.
would never happen if I worked at IKEA or something.
That was the manager.
Yeah, that was the manager. It was.
She was saying good show.
Oh, she was. But what I'm saying is that I'm pretty much unfuckable, but the reason why Daddy kills it is because of that.
There you go.
And I'm a machine, and that's nothing you can do about it.
Perfect place for us to wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Bobby Lee. So, Bobby Lee, hopefully this helps
Bobby
introduce
has the
you
sleeveless version of my jacket.
the exact same jacket, but sleeveless.
He's got the feature act version of this jacket.
All Things Comedy. We are not really set up to make that much money, but if you go to the website allthingscomedy.com, you see actually there's a great T-shirt in the back that you can buy that helps
is that
support us.
comfy?
Yeah, it is a good shirt, right?
It's comfortable. No, it didn't have to have some borderline 13-year-old whore wearing it like that fucking whatever that guy's name is. Who's the guy with the T-shirts, the soft T-shirts? Yeah, you drive down the street, you go, look at the ass on that. Oh fuck, she's 8. Who is that?
American Apparel.
American Apparel.
Yeah.
Oh. They
I'm
went
the
out
only
of
one who gets
business.
creeped out by those fucking 9-year-olds that
They
he
went out,
has
they're
on
out of
there?
business. They're
fucking
it didn't
gross.
work.
Yeah.
What
And
does he have
didn't
against pubic hair? You can't get somebody like fucking 25?
Rory Scovel, Pound Cake
Nice quarter
is
of
the
a
name of the
century.
podcast. That was going to be a shorter thing, but he's continuing to do it. And then also 2 podcasts, The Dollop, which you hopefully are intrigued, you want to listen to. A lot of amazing information. And then one of the funniest, wittiest guys I've ever been around, Gareth and Dave Anthony. Big round of applause for everybody. And All Things Comedy. One more time for Bill Burr. Bobby Lee, Rory Scovel, Gareth Reynolds,
Bobby Lee.
I've been Al Madrigal. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night. Take care.
Thank you.